2016 was a great year. I started this year as a clueless teenager. Clueless about where he wants his life to go. Clueless about what his purpose in this world is. Clueless about what he's doing. All I knew was that I wanted to be somewhere else. That something needed to change this year. But instead of finding out how to accomplish that, I backed out. I dug myself up in my room, playing video games and listening to music all day, like a typical 16-year-old. I was in a relationship in April, but it didn't last long. About a week, to tell the truth. I was actually the one that broke up, because I thought she would deserve someone better than my 16-year-old me. Because I thought I wasn't good enough, because I underestimated myself. You see, I was aware that I wasn't doing enough to make that change I wanted this year. I was lazy, and I was somewhat miserable. But I didn't want to accept that. I didn't want to accept the fate of not overcoming myself. So I focused on what I could do best, making videos. I blurred out everything else in my life, except making videos. I don't give a shit about that, honestly. I just want to make good content. And by the end of summer, I succeeded. I was more productive than I ever was up to that point. That led to a lot of attention to my work, to my channel, to me. I don't know if I will become a big YouTuber. It all was worth it. But there was this one feeling I just couldn't shake off. I first didn't know what it was. All I knew was there was still something wrong, and I didn't know how to fix it. In October I went to Manchester, England. It was my first flight after 10 years. The previous one was to Turkey with my parents when I was 6 years old. This one was our last class trip. Ever. So it surely was something special to begin with, but it was also special in another regard. It answered my question. The question of, why am I still not satisfied with myself? It opened my eyes. By the time I flew back to Germany, I finally knew who I wanted to be. I wanted to be a filmmaker. A person that has a positive impact on other people's lives by expressing and sharing ideas in a creative way. I want to make someone's day better, even if it's just for a few minutes. I simply want to spread smiles. In November I fully moved my content to daily vlogging. Welcome to my daily vlog! I knew beforehand this would mean a huge step back from all the attention I got during the year. But why did I do it? In order to fully accomplish my goal, I need to absolutely stand behind the videos I create. But the thing is, all I did in those 6 years is gaming. And I'm kinda bored. I cannot spread smiles forever if I do not love what I do. So moving away from gaming was the decision I had to make to reach that goal. If I would have just continued, I wouldn't be making videos in 2017 anymore. I'm very sure of that. Before I come to the end, I wanted to say that I'm aware that a lot of people are upset about this year. We lost a lot of good people this year and went through a tough time. But if there's one thing we all should learn from 2016, it's that life is for the living. Always focus on the present, because it's the only thing you can influence. You can never change the past, and the future might hit you a lot differently than you would have ever expected. Focus on the here and now, on things that affect you and others in this exact moment. Always. 2016 now reaches its end, and I'm happy to say that I'm exactly where I wanted to be at the beginning of this year. I started off as that clueless teenager and evolved into a much less clueless teenager. I found what I love, and I found a way to pursue that in just the right way. I am finally content with myself and what I do with my lifetime. As cliché as it may sound, I found myself. 2016 was a great year.